friends.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. This is a little different. This is a little
setup.
This is a little shake-up here of the old Tiny Theater traditional fare, right?
Definitely a shake-up. It's Wacky Wednesday. You know,
Wacky
you never
Wednesday.
know what you're going to get here at Tiny Theater.
Yes.
And so we are mixing it up on the ones and twos. Yep.
Yes, we're zigging and zagging.
Yeah, we are.
We want to keep it... okay.
Oh, we got a couple of people here. Welcome, friends. Yes.
Oh, and now they're piling
Let's
in.
see. Oh, there's Ellen.
There.
Ellen, thank you so much,
Ellen.
Ellen.
Ellen, I have to say, you had some very nice achievements in the Milo Gatto mystery.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You came
Yes.
up
Oh,
with the
here's Janine is here.
answers. Janine.
Let the wackiness begin, Patrick
wackiness
says.
begin, Patrick.
Indeed. Yes. Diana's here.
Diana.
This is our other duds. This is our other digs, not duds.
These are our normal duds.
Regular
but these-
digs. Well, you still have on your costume.
That's right.
Oh,
We just
Kathy
did a
Gray.
show.
Hi, Kathy Gray.
Hey, Kathy.
Yeah. Oh, Ellen says it was so much fun. Thank you, Ellen, for the little shout
had a
out you
ball.
gave on the Facebook.
We had a ball. It was very funny.
And Janine says hello.
Janine.
Hello. Janine's getting ready for her fam coming in. Oh, Nick, hi. He says nice
Hey,
hair.
Nick and Aileen,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brent has some nice hair going, doesn't
We-
he? Oh, you're talking about me.
Nick, I'm still working on this darn riddle.
Oh.
You know, so-and-so smokes parliaments, one drinks bourbon, one lives in a greenhouse, one lives in the... It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Hey, friends, it's time. It's time to call places.
You need to hold this for a second. Or
Well,
can you
wait,
just-
we're going to do all of
okay,
this
all right.
first.
Okay, sorry. I didn't
Ladies
think
and
this through.
gentlemen, could I have places, please? Places, please. For the top of the show, places, please. Places, please.
Thank you, places.
Thank you, places. Thank you, Janini, very much.
Okay, here we go.
We are placed.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tiny Theater. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Before we start tonight, folks, let's get all of those irritating distractions out of the way, shall we? Take a moment to silence your cell phone, spouse, children, and pets while you're at it. Unwrap those candy wrappers, open those chips, and pop that corn.
Pop that corn.
Now, give yourself a break. Crack open a tasty beverage, sit back, put the world on pause, and enjoy our next performance. Rachel and Brendan, take it away.
Take it away, she says. Oh, take it
Thank you,
away.
Janine. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you, Janine.
You know, she says it so clearly and so beautifully. Take a break. Everybody, just take a break. Grab a tasty beverage.
Take a break.
And just chill out.
Yes.
Because, believe it or not, folks, you have arrived once again
At Tiny Theater. See, it's a little scary, isn't it? Isn't it scary sitting in that seat? It's a little scary because
Well,
it's coming at you.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a trust exercise
There's an element
with
that-
your spouse.
Look, there's a thrill seeker in all of us. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I just wanted to make sure you sat on the stool right and didn't fall over.
Oh, that's what you were
Yes,
worried about?
yes.
Oh,
I was
okay.
being
Well,
very-
welcome everybody. I'm Rachel.
I'm Brendan.
And here we are. She says it's weird. Oh, is it not in the right direction?
Is the sign upside down?
Oh, no, it looks, I think it's
I
right.
don't know. Maybe it's.
No, because
I don't know.
because you're always the one that does it. We're mixing
Yep.
it up here tonight. As you can tell, we're in our broadcasting room, which is really the office in our Airbnb rental.
Normally, this would be inhabited by a very content Airbnb-er who's enjoying their time in Southwest Florida.
Usually from the UK.
Usually from the UK, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but not tonight, not
tonight.
today, not
Not
this
tonight.
time of year. We are giving you a tiny tour, friends.
Oh.
Of what in the world we've been doing over here. We, you know, we're always reading plays on Wednesday nights.
Yes.
We're coming to you from our bedroom closet to y'all's houses with your tasty beverages. We got playwrights who are very generously sharing their words, their stories, whether it be a one-page wonder or a full-length play sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we thought, you know what? We had a show that went right up to a corporate show tonight that went right up to almost time here. And I said, let's mix it up.
She made a unilateral decision,
We're going to mix it up.
and it was the right decision. I applaud it and I support it 100%.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I said, well, maybe people would get a kick out of seeing what in the world are we actually doing over here.
Yeah.
I know y'all have heard so much about this online interactive curiosity jazz that we're doing for Airbnb.
Yeah.
But we thought, well, this will be kind of a fun way. If you have any questions for us, we can give you the Backstage tiny tour of we are running 2 shows in rep, friends. So, Bryn,
Well, and it's also exciting because we have a couple friends who are watching tonight who've actually been on it and have had the experience. Of
that's
like,
true.
oh, so
This is true.
if-
AMZ is one of those people, in
AMZ,
fact.
Ellen,
Yes.
Janini.
Yes.
So these are people who've had a chance to see it, and yeah, if anybody has any questions, then they certainly might know the answer as well.
Exactly.
It's going to be a very communal
It's going to be a
experience tonight.
communal
It's gonna-
experience. So if you have questions for us as we go through this thing together, please just throw them in the old, I was about to say clues journal. We always say to our guest at Tiny Theater on Airbnb, everybody's been using Zoom for work, but we use Zoom for play. And so we say that the chat box is called the clues journal. So
Yes.
if you have any questions for us, just put them in the comments. We'll probably end up calling it the Clues Journal
Clues
during our
Journal.
time tonight. Now, we started actually writing Who Killed Zolan Mize back in June. Almost a year ago, actually.
June of 1987.
Indeed. Because we were some out of work actors. All of our contracts had either been postponed or canceled. And you know that fabulous not for profit organization, the Actors Fund in New York
Yes.
City. Well, they did a webinar with Airbnb. We were super hosts for Airbnb for this vacation rental. We own this duplex here in Fort Myers. Y'all all know this. And so we were already connected with Airbnb. And so the Actors Fund did this webinar trying to put out of work actors to work to get some kind of income streams going in their houses. And because as professional actors, you know, what you gonna do when all the contracts are gone?
That's right.
So we
That's
started
right.
writing in June. What you got there,
Yeah.
Bryn?
Well, folks, here's a little something. Here's a little visual aid.
Oh, we got visual aids tonight,
So
friends.
here's the thing, you know, at every show that we do, right? We have a little note. We have a little. Where the hell is the camera?
Oh, right here goes, right here. That is a big notebook.
I'm so used to the closet that now I'm like, what's happening here? So you know, we make a note of you know whoever's attending and stuff
Yes.
like that. Folks, this is crazy. This is where
Look
we're
at
at
that.
this point.
Look at that. How
Yes.
many shows is that, Brendan?
It's almost 200 shows.
Almost 200.
insanity.
And that's only
insanity.
for Who Killed Zolan Mize.
Yes.
Now, we already got a question here in the Clues Journal. Somebody says, unpack what is going on with that backdrop. Well, you know, one of the things that we said right from the get-go when we created Tiny Theater in the Closet was it's just a strand of Christmas lights and an old IKEA curtain. So when we moved over here to make the space bigger so we could accommodate costume changes, we wanted to keep that sort of spirit of Tiny Theater. So, this is a wall of windows here in our fabulous duplex. It's a mid-century modern house, y'all. But we need to be able to control the light and the sound because sometimes we do shows for people in the daytime when it's nighttime at their house, wherever in the world they are. So we needed to make sure that we could control the light and sound from the outside. So we've got all kinds of acoustic foam across those windows. We also have Christmas lights draped in there. We also have these are old blue sheets because one of the important things to us was branding because, you know, it's trying to keep it fancy, you know. It's for Airbnb, y'all. That's a $1 billion organization. So our color palette is primary colors for Who Killed Zolan Mize. So we happened to have some navy blue sheets, and, you know, it's 2 detectives. Navy blue seemed like the right choice. So that's how that backdrop came to be, AMZ. Excellent question.
Yes,
excellent question.
question.
Yes,
Thank you,
Lawrence,
AMZ.
thank you, Lawrence, for the 200. We're getting closer and closer every
I
day.
know, 200. Can you believe the 200 performances When we started this on October 1st, we really did not know what the heck was going on. We thought, well, look, if this can help us pay a bill or two, then at least it's going to keep us inspired and fun, and we can just have fun with this. We had no idea that we would be doing this. So it's really, really been a great success. And we just made the best sellers on the Airbnb page. So it's it's very, very encouraging that, listen, folks, creativity finds a way.
Creativity
So
finds a way.
If you have an idea or if you have something going on in your head and you think like, oh, give it a try, give it a go for it. What the heck?
Yes.
know?
So one of the things about Airbnb is it's all about audience participation and interaction, right?
Yeah.
So we say it's a little bit of theater, it's a little bit of improv, it's a lot of gaming, actually, because you are sitting in the driver's seat as an audience member. So as we say, we use Zoom for play. So you choose how much or how little you want to play throughout the course of the game. Sometimes people are scared by audience participation. But we say, don't be scared, because I'm not really a fan of that either when I'm an attendee. But...
Well,
what?
there is a devoted, beloved Tiny Theater viewer in the room right now
Oh, yeah?
who felt a little bit about, I don't know how much I'm
Oh,
gonna get
that's
into
true.
this.
That's true. There is
And,
somebody here tonight that said, "Oh, I'm not into that."
This Tiny Theater patron showed up and knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, she jumped right in there. She jumped right in there and played. So we're going to do a little tiny tour. So,
Okay.
you know, we have a third member of our team. She's not here tonight. She's taking the night off because we just finished a real show. And she's Miss Ansley Gayton. She's making the magic happen.
That's right.
So she does all the sort of technology stuff for the show from her end. We have illustrations from the incredible Molly Coyne. We have royalty-free music. We got voiceovers. It's a curiosity, friends. So here's the technology tour. Are you ready for this? So I'm going to just reconfigure a few things here. Now, we are a two-camera operation. So we are going to show you what's happening with our two cameras. You're really getting the backstage tour, friends, because our audience members don't even see this on the show.
I've not even seen this.
Brendan has never seen
Where
this
are we?
before.
What is this?
This is brand new information for Brendan Powers. Okay, so we are two cameras. So this is our very nice Mac Pro book that, thanks to the generosity of some friends, we were able to upgrade equipment. So this is how we actually stream the show. So you'll see that there is this OBS Ninja. So we run something called OBS for our show, which is Open Broadcast Software. So that makes it layered with all the special effects, illustrations, music, etc. So how do we get our video to Ansley, who's in Georgia from Florida? Well, we send our video through the interwebs on this OBS Ninja. So see, it says share your camera. Isn't that interesting? There we are, so we can see ourselves. We have our Blue Yeti microphone plugged right into here. Here's our Blue Yeti. Can you see? Oh, yeah. Look, ooh, it even has a screen. That's so nice. Friends, I'm going to tell you something. We got that Blue Yeti also as a gift from a corporate group who said, how can we help you after seeing our show? And they sent us this microphone. Isn't that so nice? So I'm going to start us off so you can see what we do here. I'm not going to keep this on long because I don't want it to interfere with our connection. But we started here. You see, it's Blue Yeti. We're connected with our microphone, so that way we sound good over the course of the show. Start the camera. Oh, we're starting. And if Ansley were at her house taking this stream, there would be a little box up here that says active and standby. So that's the way we know when we're live on camera for our guests or when we're still standing by if Ansley hasn't started streaming this yet. So that's how this all works. So this is what our traditional sort of acting scenes happen through this camera. Is this interesting? Or is this like boring? Are y'all like, what is she talking about? I hope this is interesting.
If you need tasty beverage,
If you need a
number
tasty
two,
beverage,
for
go
it.
fill it up, friends. Okay, so we also, like we said, this is really important to play with our guests. We need to see you. We need to be able to hear you, communicate with you, because otherwise, like, it's not really theater, right? If we can't play with the audience, then we're just sitting in our house doing plays for each other, which I guess could be interesting, but not after 200, not after 200 times it's not. So that's what this iPad's for. So we'll go to Airbnb because they're our hosts. That's who's making it all happen. You'll see we had a show tonight, so I'm just going to do this as a dummy situation. Click this little group, start hosting, and away we go. Thanks to Zoom, away we go. Now, that's not going to take me anywhere because I would be connected with Ansley, and that's where we begin all of our journeys together. This is just a dummy site right now, so that's not really taking me anywhere. But you get the idea. So in this iPad is the Zoom room with all your little boxes, all our guest boxes, so we can see you, hear you. We said we don't have a lobby at Tiny Theater. But that iPad and the Zoom room is close to a lobby as we can get. And we like our audiences to know each other because isn't that part of the magic of being at the theater together is other audience members. So that's how all this technology part works. Now, I'm going to turn this off so that way it doesn't interfere with our own streams here. Stop the camera. Pause. Yes, great. Okay, so that's how that piece works. Now, you probably have been a part of an experience where people are in a Zoom together and they have cameras on that are more than one camera in their house or in their room, and you hear that horrible echo. Ooh, you can't do a play with that. You can't do anything with that. So what did we do to solve that problem? Riddle me this, Batman. Yeah, baby. We couldn't use regular earphones because we're running around this joint, changing costumes, trying to make some interesting blocking for y'all to look at. So, yeah, babies. And there's two of us. Well, I get the right ear, Brendan gets the left ear. Yes, that's how we hacked that one. You know, creativity will find a way. Okay, now, what happens with this thing that you got, Bren?
Well, here's the dilemma, folks. I'm going to sit down
Oh,
here.
tell us about it. Tell us a story.
Sit down and just say,
Yeah,
hey,
tell
folks.
us a story.
Okay, so what happens is when you have these earpieces in, the tricky thing is that as much as it solved one major problem, and we were like, woohoo, okay, now we can move forward smoothly. When we have our earpieces in, sorry, I just hit my
Oh,
face.
that's okay.
When we have our earpieces in, there's actually about a 5 to 7 second delay, depending on how strong the signal is, in our ear of what we're saying. So it makes for a curious experience when you're trying to play live to an audience, and as you're talking, someone is saying, and you're hearing yourself 3 seconds or whatever delayed.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, it scrambles some eggs. It really makes for an interesting
your eggs.
moment. So what we did was we asked around and we got some advice from some folks, and they said, you know what you need? You need one of these presenters. You need one of these remote controls for presenters. And it has a little toggle on the side where you can do your volume up and down.
Yes.
And so what we're able to do now is when we're doing our scene work together, blah, 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 which is quite a bit of it.
Acting. Oh, we're acting.
Yeah, Zolman Meister is quite a bit of that. We're interviewing the suspects and stuff like that. We can scroll down and there's no sound in the ear. And then when we turn to the iPad and we chat with the viewers and we get their feedback and we're listening to their theories and blah, 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 then we scroll this sucker up and we can hear and everything is great. So that's a real cool thing that happened, and it saved, it added years to our life.
Yeah, seriously,
which was
added
great.
years to my brain. So, but here's the interesting thing, friends. You know, when if I know there's several artists in the room, so you know we're used to just being in is it the right side or the left side when you're creating? Somebody put it in the clues journal, friends. Is it the right side or the left side of your brain in use when you're creating?
Oh, let's see who wins this one. Let's see who wins.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let's see. 5-7 seconds. That drive me insane. Tell me about it, Charles. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned a lot, Ellen.
Yeah,
you're right.
we have learned so much.
Sarah Morrissey, right.
Oh,
right.
but look, we have a discrepancy.
Oh, and we have left.
Oh, and then we have a left brain. Well, whatever
someone
it
says
is.
in the middle. Someone
Yeah,
says
somebody
center.
says right in the
Center
middle.
brain.
Okay, so whichever way it goes, when you're creating, you're used to using that part of your brain, right? Well, there's this other analytical side when you're troubleshooting as, let's say, a production manager or as a technical support, because there's two of us in this house, and Ansley's in Georgia, and sometimes technical problems happen while you're in the middle of a show. And if you're in a traditional setting, you're dealing with somebody else is dealing with those problems. You're just up there creating.
Yes.
Well, not at Tiny Theater.
Not at Tiny Theater, folks.
So you are really using every which way of the brain possible, because, you know, sometimes you're acting your head off and you're still trying to troubleshoot something else and you hear yourself on a delay.
Yeah.
So it
And
truly
Milo's
is
biting your feet.
a minor miracle. So let's see.
Yeah.
I think people kind of dig this, actually. Look at these sweet comments. This is cool. Okay, well, we'll keep it going a little bit more because
Okay.
there's more to see,
my
actually.
gosh.
So you'll see we have a big fancy ring light. We shed a little light on the subject. Now, we also have acoustic foam in random places around the room. So that helps deaden the space, obviously. See all this acoustic foam. Thank you, friends and supporters, for your generosity of making that happen. Now, we don't have dressers at Tiny Theater. It's me and Bryn here in our house, and Milo. And he doesn't really know how to do wigs. I'm just saying. He's got a lot of skills.
thinks he does.
He got a lot of skills, but wigs aren't one of them. So, let's take a look at my setup here. So, we just finished Milo Gatto, so that's what's set up. We are actually really for real running in rep here. So, like tomorrow afternoon, we have a Zolan Mize. So, here we go. So this is my setup. Can you hold this, Bryn? Or, oh, he went somewhere else. So here,
I'm here.
here you go. So here's my table. Now, this is something that other artists will certainly appreciate. And if you're a theater lover, I'm hoping you'll appreciate it as well. So you set things to make it quick for you, right? Because sometimes a matter of seconds is imperative, especially when you're trying to drive a narrative and you have, you know, technical things happening that you've got to hit your cue on, right? It's still theater, it's still making magic, even if it's in our house. So you do little tricks, friends. Like, for instance, these are my wigs for Milo. This is three different characters. Now, they're not facing me. Why aren't they facing me? Well, because, now, my hair would be pulled back. I made the choice that my detective has pulled back hair because it certainly makes everything a little bit easier. So when it's time for me to quickly get into whatever I'm doing, look how much easier this is. Look, she's already prepped. She's already prepped in the right direction for me to just slide her on. Now, of course, it looks kind of funky, but you get the idea. It helps so much because she's already in the right direction. What if she were in the other direction? Then I'm futzing around with trying to find the front, and that just wouldn't work so good. So I prep everything facing the opposite direction, including my bald cap. For John, that's a special character.
Yeah, and do you want to explain? Well, yeah, you better explain what's down there on the corner there.
What?
This
is not a Merkin. Is this a family show? Where's Mark Chambers when you need him?
As well as people can see it.
Oh, this is
Yes. Believe it or not, folks.
this is a very valuable costume piece. Any guesses in the Clues Journal what this might be? Anybody?
I think.
Uh-oh, AMZ says John with lots of hearts. Yes, friends, I have no shame. This is my hair from my chest. This is my chest hair for one particular character. You got it, Janine. Yeah, babies. Yes, this is John. Yes, Jen Shepherd. Jen Shepherd, this is what I'm getting you for Christmas. Okay, so so I told you this is unplugged. This is Tiny Theater unplugged for real. Okay, so this is all the things. This is quick rigged mustache. So this is my quick rig mustache for one of my characters. Now, how in the world? What do you do to quick rig a mustache? Well, let me show you. I even quick rig my bow tie because who's got time to put on a bow tie when you got 30 seconds and a whole new costume? I don't even have 30 seconds. I have like 15 seconds. So my bow tie's even quick rigged. So what do you use? You use some Top Stick. How many boxes of Top Stick have we bought since October? You probably want to buy stock in Top Stick if this thing keeps on going much longer because this stuff is like gold. It's toupee tape. You're right, friends. You're right. It's toupee tape. So everything is already, got a little trick. Everything has a trick. Now, let's go over to Brendan's side and see what his tricks are. Here, I'll hold this. We'll tease you with some of the. So this is some of the. What is all that? Yeah, it's a party. Yeah, we have lots of confetti. We have noisemakers like a xylophone and all kinds of bells. But let's see what Brendan does.
So, this is my stand. Oh, hi, everybody. This is my place over here. So, it just kind of has a variety of different things, right? So, this is like, well, I don't want to give too much away.
No.
But this is like a base costume for one of the detectives.
But isn't that cool how you have your hats hanging? That's a
Got
smart
my hats
idea.
hanging there. My little,
Smart idea.
this beard gets thrown on. This is a holster I won't get into, but anyway, that's a great wig with a little bun on it. And that's a memorable moment. These are interesting little plot. Now look at these are our characters in the play that we have some fun visual stuff with. Again, just different random stuff, right? You never know what the heck's going on here.
Wow, sequin jacket. Okay.
Yeah, sequin jackets, a couple more props.
Interesting.
And and this is where just everything gets put, and it's about 2 steps away from the actual computer. So it really is.
One.
Yeah, for me it's 2 steps.
Yeah.
So it's like boom, boom.
Good.
And then this over here, if you come to Who Killed Zolan Mize, you know that at the end of this crazy mystery, we've written five alternate endings to the play.
15.
We've written 5 alternate endings to the play because the audience votes on who they think did the deed. And so this is the play. This is the whiteboard that we use. This is from the last show we did, actually. We had 6 people. And they vote at the end, and we always sit out here. As they're voting in the clues journal, putting their numbers in, they vote by number. Each suspect has a number. And we just tally it there, and that's how that magic happens. And
look at this. Production managers, stage managers, and technical people in the world will appreciate checklists. Remember checklists, friends? Well, we still have them.
Yeah.
You got to have a checklist. How in the world are you going to know what you're supposed to be doing if you don't have a checklist?
So, it's a fun question to ask when you're doing 2 shows now that are really interesting. Like the other day we had a show, we had Milo in the afternoon, and 2 hours later we had Zolan. And so we have to do a turnaround and stuff like that. So all of the costumes that you see that we just showed are laid out from Milo because we just finished the hunt for Milo Gatto.
So,
but here's where Zolan...
You ready for this? This is behind the curtain for real.
This is really behind
because
the curtain,
we
right?
literally,
So,
seriously, watch. Here we go. So we have this curtain hanging because we need to help deaden the space, right? If you're an acoustic person, you know it's all about deadening the space. So we hang a curtain across the room. Well, here's behind the curtain.
what's the password? What's the password?
The password is money.
Oh, that's fine. All right, come on in.
Okay, great.
All right, here we
great.
go. Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah, sure.
So we actually have created in the room storage situations for the other show. So here's all of my Zolan stuff. So that's some of my costumes, props, etc. for Zolan. And it's still a very, everything has a place and there's a place for everything because you don't want to lose anything because that would be bad.
No, it'd be horrible.
Because I don't have a props person to call to say, can we get a replacement? Because that's Amazon and they won't come until tomorrow. Look at Brendan's fanciness. Ooh.
Oh, fancy. Yeah. So the librarian Uncle Milton there on the stand over there now, and then Coco Stark and Mark O and Marco is for Zolan Mize, and this is what they have. There's things there.
Yeah. Then these bottom shelves are for holiday fare because we have goodies to celebrate birthdays, retirements, Christmas, Hanukkah, Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, Easter. We try to, because a lot of our groups are celebrating, especially our corporate teams, are celebrating different holidays together. So for the intro, when we introduce ourselves and say, we love theater and we can't wait to share it with you, we have some kind of holiday situation going on if it's a holiday thing. Now, again, y'all get a kick out of this, theater people, because we have a courtesy area. So you got to have your pens, got to have your pencils. We even have a hand sanitizer just in case. Oh, here's a birthday that got away. We got some Band-Aids just in case because safety first. Now here's my courtesy area. I got my Ricolas because I'm a creature of habit. Now here's if you really know theater, there's always a clip light somewhere. Well, we don't have clip lights. I mean, I guess we could, actually, but we haven't purchased a clip light. So thanks, Mom, for my camping light. That's my backstage light in case I need to find my tissues, my Altoids, and my Ricolas. Courtesy table, friends. Courtesy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, what else can we tell you? Do you have any other questions? Ricola. Yeah, I have always loved the honey and echinacea flavor before a show. Isn't it funny? Yeah, me too. I can't do a play without a Ricola. Ricola. There was a time when I was an administrator at a theater, and I called Ricola. Can I say this? And they sent cases of those tins of Ricola because I said, we go through these like nobody's business. And bless them, they sent probably a case of those big tins of Ricolas. Yes. So the least I can do is buy a little bag to support them. Okay, let's see. Does anybody have any other questions about this craziness?
I think
somebody says.
Yes, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, we might need to keep Fisherman's Friends right here.
Yes, Fisherman Friend. Yes, who's Patrick?
That's
yes.
Patrick. That's got a distinct flavor.
Those are pretty potent, but they do the job, right? They do the job.
What happens when you go back to live theater?
Oh,
Larence. Yes, thank you. That's a good question. What happens, Bren?
Well, we don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Tiny theater is going to continue on in some capacity because it's just too good to give up. So if in fact it turns out that we are back on contracts and we are working, then, depending on a rehearsal schedule or a performance schedule, there's times around it, you know what I mean? So we could schedule shows around a rehearsal schedule. So we thought that, definitely if things get back into full swing, then maybe we'd offer a couple of them a month, a couple public performances a month. But it's true that the corporate parties are the ones that we really get a lot of. And so we just kind of try to squeeze those in. Once you're up in performance, you usually are at the theater at night. So you could technically do a weekday or, you could do certain days. So we're going to keep it going. I don't think, frankly, I think we put too much into this. I think the thought of
we've worked our asses off on this.
Saying, let's stop this.
I can't stop. We have to can't stop, won't stop. Carolyn Messina would say.
For at least another 5 years. So
Oh my God.
But, it's contagious because now we already have this idea for a Halloween show and a Christmas show.
It's like I already put timelines out to our illustrator and to Ansley for the holiday shows.
We're obsessed. So anyway, this was a nice little behind the scenes experience.
Sarah says, don't forget you have to make time to play with your theater friends. Of course we will, Sarah. Of course we will. Of course,
we'll have definitely days off that we say, we're not coming into this side of the house at all. We're not doing anything.
Yeah. Jen asked a very relevant question.
Oh, Jen.
How's the new haircut? Do you like it? Jen, as a fellow short hair friends, it makes the wig so much easier. There's people here that don't know. Jen is Jen is an expert improviser. She is probably the funniest woman I know in life. She is a truly unbelievable performer. Jen's mind is like lightning. Unbelievable. And so, Jen, I'm sure you will appreciate getting those wigs on, girl. Pew, pew, pew. Yes. Amazing. So it's totally worth it. Yes. She says, yes. Yes. See, she's saying yes because she's like, yes, I'm so good. No, Jen, I know you. That is not you. That is not you. Yeah. Thank you for asking. I really dig it. And it makes my life so much easier. So, and you look fabulous with your short hair, Jen, so you inspired me. So we should probably tell you one other little tidbit of what we have two shows.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? Like, why do we have two shows? Why did we make Zolan and then Milo?
All right, so here it is.
I'm going to put this back up here so I don't have to hold it.
Yeah. All right. So, folks, there's two different ways to have this crazy experience. If you do Zolan Mais is the first one we wrote, and we were a bit ambitious. We wrote, it's about an hour.
We didn't know.
It was an hour and 45-minute crazy adventure, but it goes by very fast. But it's more of a traditional murder mystery where you meet suspects, they get questioned. We are always asking you what your thoughts are in the clues journal. It's also filled with some random stuff like little scavenger hunts. It's really interesting.
It's an online interactive curiosity.
Yeah, it really is a curiosity. Now that is because Airbnb is really, really emphatic about creating experiences that are engaging and interactive. So in other words, they weren't interested in us just performing a piece for you to watch like we kind of do with Tiny Theater. So it has to be an engaging, interactive experience. So that's why that was the challenge, to create an experience where you could still be doing a play, but you actually bring the audience in, and they have, in a sense, they have free reign to kind of contribute whatever they want through that clues journal. And they can comment on stuff. If they see something suspicious, they have a question. So we are rolling with them as the mystery is happening. And then in the end of Zolan Mais, you vote for who you think did the deed. And as we say, we have 5 different endings, so we are ready for whatever happens. We even have a tie-breaking system. So it's really super fun and just kind of wackity. It's totally wacky. It's wacky. So that's Zolan Mais. Now, if you come to Milo Gato is shorter. It's a little over an hour. Milo Gato is more like it's
game show.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a weird murder mystery / game show, because in Milo Gato, we know who did the deed, and we cannot find him. So you are solving riddles and word puzzles and different things with the detectives, and as you solve them, that leads us to new destinations as we continue to sort of track him down. So it's more of a, it's got more of a, I don't know, how would you say? It's got a little more pep, perhaps, than
if you're looking to engage, like if you want to play, we literally cannot get to the next place without you playing. Zolan, we can kind of I was going to say bullshit. We can kind of like prompt Zolan on with even if people don't get in the clues journal and like play so much, but we sort of make you play more in Milo Gato. But even in saying that, it's more like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes.
Maybe.
Right, so it's the same idea of tracking down.
Yes. But Ellen can speak on this because
Ellen was just that. That's right.
Yeah, several of these folks were, but I think
she did great. She was funny.
I think it sounds intimidating, but it's really not, because there's an anonymity, and oftentimes people we say you might not know the other people in the room right now, but you'll be friends by the time you leave. So it's fun in that way that
Yeah, it is cool.
it encourages. Hopefully, it's contagious.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's super cash. It's just like crazy. It's wacky.
So
It's
let's
like,
show
what
you
the
some
heck's
of the
going on?
tools of the trade for Milo.
Some of the tools of the trade. Oh gosh, okay.
So, like we say, it's all about celebrating your wins. So, if you get something right in Milo, we celebrate you, and we encourage you to celebrate each other. So, we ask you to find something in your house before we begin. So, we have maracas. We have a bell. We have pom-poms, if we don't want to be making noise all the time. These are really cute too with the ring light. We have a xylophone, because you gotta have a xylophone when you're doing tiny theater. We have confetti that's sparkly. Who cleans this shit up every night? I'm just saying.
Milo.
Milo is in it to win it.
He's earning
I'm
it.
having like anxiety and stresses of like anybody who's ever done Fantastics. This shit is like in your underwear. It's like everywhere. It's how did it get there? How did it get it in my bra? It's there at the end of the show. What else you got, Bryn?
Well, now some people, I'm sure, at this point in this process are going, now wait a minute. There's all sorts of noisemakers, but how in God's name have we not yet seen? The kazoo makes an appearance several times. So the kazoo lives on, everybody. If you're missing it in Tiny Theater, you need to come to one of these shows. And it is there, and it is alive and well.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, so the kazoo is having on. And then for more, and for some extreme celebrations.
Yeah, extreme
we
celebration.
We have the crazy bucket of confetti when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. That's the really
And-
fun
and
stuff to
vacuum
clean
breaks
up.
later on.
The poor vacuum. We even have a tiny bell. So you just never know. You just never know what kind of noisemakers you might need here. Oh, look at all the comments. This is so nice. Do we need to, let's see who said something. We need to, oh, the cat is earning his keep.
Yes.
Indeed. Oh, Maggie's watching. Hi, Mag.
Hi, Mag.
Happy graduation, friends.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Hey, that's worthy of...
Whoa. Exactly.
That's right.
That is a special kazoo for Maggie's graduation. Special kazoo. Now, did we forget anything?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I was thinking there was something else that I was like, oh, we really should touch on that. Looks like
I
this
don't
was
know.
going to take a lot of your energy. Bonnie Grossman, let me tell you something. You know
Bonnie's
what's
been on the
amazing?
adventure.
Bonnie, thank you for your support too, Bonnie. You know what's amazing? Milo is an hour 15 because we say we love a talk back at Tiny Theater. So we include a little extra time at the end so people can ask questions about the process. We can give them a tiny tour of Tiny Theater. But that hour 15 versus the hour 45-ish, Zolan typically runs over because people want to chat at the end, and that's fine by us too. But there's so many more costumes for me in Milo in that hour 15 than there is in Zolan. It is a little frenetic, but I think once we get our sea legs, I think we've only done maybe 10, 15 performances of Milo versus the 185 of Zolan. So let's get 50 under our belt, and then I'll feel pretty good about it. I'll probably be good. Where's Milo? Oh, where's
where is
Jen has a
Milo?
question for Milo.
Where is Milo,
Yeah,
actually?
and Milo's around. Yeah, Milo's around. No, seriously, I thought there was one other thing that I was like, oh, I really should address that, and I can't think of what it is. Does anybody have any more questions for us? This was I hope it was interesting. It's been an interesting journey for us, that's for sure. We have learned so much. It's been a ball sharing. I know what it is. I know what I wanted to say, but first let's see Milo, because he's probably got something to say too. Oh, hi, pal. Hi. Hi, pal. Ah, you did good. Yeah, you're
very
doing
nicely
great.
done,
Yeah,
very
thanks
nicely
for thanks for helping clean
Yeah,
up.
the floor is impeccable.
Yeah, looks good.
It's
He's
just beautiful.
examining it
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, he's
Nicely
studying
done,
the floor,
pal.
studying the floor.
Okay, yeah. Erica says you wanted to plug my play for next week. Indeed, I do. Erica Ferguele, ladies and gentlemen, will be doing some of her work next week, and we can't wait. But this is what I was going to say. Y'all want to know something amazing? I hope you do. There's two things, actually. One thing is kind of silly. So, for y'all who've seen the show and y'all who know us, Bryn, how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
How tall's your wife?
6'8". No, she's 5'3".
We got to talk. How tall
She's
is
5'3".
Okay, so
I'm 6'4".
yeah, so friends, how in the world do we frame ourselves up when we're sitting in tiny theater? Who cares? We're basically the same height. But when we're doing a play for ticket sales, we want to look nice over the course of the play. The composition is important, friends. We're artists. It's a do-it-yourself situation here at the Powers House for Tiny Theater. This is my meditation pillow repurposed, friends. It's my booster seat. And here is Brendan's little stool. You'll see this is like 5.5 inches, 6 inches. Gives me a little boost so we actually look like we're on the same playing field over the course of our investigation together. Notice the gaff tape. Anybody who's a theater person knows the value of gaff tape. Now, did I say we are a do-it-yourself? There's no budget for a big fancy tech table. Come on now. This is a do-it-yourself job. This is a little thrift store desk that we bought whenever we were putting together our Airbnb. It happens to be the perfect size to have on top of it some mid-century modern planter stands. Talk about dedication to your craft. I have dedicated these mid-century modern planter stands to the cause with some gaff tape. Yes, some gaff tape is holding this thing together. Take a look at this. Yes, babies. Because you can't have an unsteady tech table. That just would not work. That's where you put your laptop. Happens to be just the right height for the two of us to play. Craft services. Jen, come on now. I got some greens. No, I don't. Craft services, you are lost your mind. But here's the thing. Look at all these little cubbies. That having it in tiers like this, I mean, if this wasn't necessity, I wouldn't have necessarily thought of it. But let me tell you, it has been so handy because now we have all these tiers that you can zhuzh things in, props, that's just at your fingertips because there's different levels of it. So you can just throw something there, throw something here, throw something there. It's really been pretty great. So that's the one thing I wanted to tell you. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you before we wrap this thing up is I need that pillow when I'm around Bryn. Yeah, I know, Mom, me too. So this is a guessing game for the Clues Journal. What is the average age? What is the average age? No, we won't even go average. What is the bracket of people who come to see Tiny Theater on Airbnb? I'll give you 15 seconds. We didn't get permission to play the Jeopardy music. Unfortunately, it's beyond our budget. So at this time, please just have Jeopardy playing in your mind. What is 85? Erica Ferguele, she's got a comedy act going. 10 to 100. 10 to 100. 41, Jen Shepherd, nicely played. 25 to 50, AMZ. 18 to 85. Excellent guesses, friends. Excellent. Hang on to your hats. If you are a theater lover, you will certainly get a kick out of this. 25 to 37. 25 to 37. Yes, look, 37. Janine says 37. 45. Friends, we we got young folks coming to this thing. Oh, A says 24 to 32. A, you would be, if this was The Price is Right, A would be coming on down to play, to spin the wheel.
You get to play Planko.
Yeah, you get to play Planko, A, because you are the closest. Isn't that something? I think it's because, it's more of, it's obviously a lot of technology, and so a lot of technophiles are coming to buy events, experiences on Airbnb, but also because of the interactive piece of it, it's like a game. So all these young folks who we historically have a very difficult time getting to the theater, yes, Lawrence, exactly, a new paradigm. So we always say, we hope in our thank you notes to all of our guests, we hope that today's experience has kindled a fire and an interest in theater. So we hope wherever you are in the world, you will seek out theatrical experiences. So yeah, isn't that exciting? That might be one of the most exciting things about the whole experience for me is getting young people excited about theater and saying that theater belongs to all of us, that stories belong to all of us. And, we certainly believe that. And that's why we read plays every week out of our closet for free, from our house to your house. I think that's it. I'm going to go eat a pork chop. What do you say, Bryn?
Okay. Well, folks.
Ooh, this was a long one. I'm sorry. We just talked and talked and talked.
We're going to, this is us signing off after we gave you everything you need to know about
and more
theater. If you have any other questions, you know how to find us. But truly, if you check out Airbnb online, just go to Airbnb.com and they have their online experiences page, and you go on there, and we're actually listed in several different things. So we're good for groups, or there's like a bestseller list, or there's top rated in theater. So you'll find us on there floating around, and then you can book right off of that if you're interested. But put it this way, if you know of anybody who you think might be interested in this kind of quirky journey, feel free to spread the word.
It's fun.
Tell them to go for it.
It's unlike anything you've done. I promise you that. Yeah. It's unlike anything you've done.
Yes, it is quite unique.
Well, thanks for hanging with us. I hope you found that interesting. We certainly appreciate spending a little time with all of y'all. And we'll see you next week when we read Erica Ferguelli's play.
That's right. We'll be back in the closet for another exciting adventure of Tiny Theater.
Tiny Theater. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed Tasty Beverage. I'm going to go get something with my dinner. But we love you guys, and y'all stay healthy.
Stay safe.
Stay home. Watch Tiny Theater. We'll see you around. Thank you all so much for the love and support. And we couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't want to.
See you around.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.